as you want. You can have 26 Captain Series cards if you want to on your squad, but only 2 abilities are active at any given time. So you can have 1 hitting ability and 1 pitching ability, except for a couple special captains, but maybe we'll get into that a little later.
Now, as you kind of move around here, we're not seeing the boost applied because we haven't assigned Griffey as the captain yet, right?
That is correct. Yeah, so here's Ken Griffey Jr., by the way, if you're curious. Seattle Mariners collection reward. He's going to be your live series captain for the Mariners.
Nice.
And if you scroll all the way to the left, we have the captain's menu. Hit X on that. We can assign him as our captain. Look at that cool animation. Shout out to the UI team.
UI team, let's go.
And then he's going to apply this buff to all of your Mariners Live Series players. And so if you hover over Griffey, look at those boosted stats. 94 contact right, 119 power right, max fielding. It's pretty solid for an 89 overall, huh? And if you want to scroll over the rest of those players, the attribute wheel in the middle is actually going to reflect the boosted attributes from your captain. So Colton Wong, he has that 88 contact right, 84 power right. That's actually lower than the base stats, but the wheel in the middle is showing you the boosted attributes.
So if everyone make sure you hear what Ian just said. If you're looking to see the new attributes, once you apply your hitting captain or your pitching captain, look at that wheel right in the middle. Those are reflecting all of those ability boosts.
And then, Ian, before we move on to our second active captain, I'm seeing a lot of buzz and hype in the chat about that special DH position in the bottom left.
Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
brand new to the squad screen. You can have a DH on your DD squad now. It's a huge change. We have Julio in there right now because his center field spot's been taken by Griffey. Yeah, you can put any hitter that you want in the DH spot, and maybe some pitchers too.
Do you want to show off your other squad, Ian?
We can scroll down, actually. There's some pitchers as well. Pitching captain, yeah. Nobody else could be the Dodgers captain except Clayton Kershaw, I think. The elder statesman, future Hall of Famer. And we have a pretty solid rotation here already, just with cards. I mean, we've already seen all of them. The captain ability, pretty good. Tier 3, he's going to give those Dodgers pitchers plus 10 hits per 9, plus 10 walks per 9, and plus 10 pitch and clutch. So cool thing about these team captains, you're going to need to parallel those guys up a little bit in order to get those high-level boosts. So if you want that Tier 3 Kershaw boost, you're going to need to get into parallel level 2, wherever you need to be.
These captains look absolutely fantastic, Ian. Once again, you can earn 30 captains in Team Affinity. You can have moments and missions, showdown that Brendan just went over. You can see how these captains can be put together on your squad, but that's not all when it comes to Team Affinity and different content tie-ins. Dylan, we haven't talked about it yet, but it's one of our favorite modes. Tell the people about Conquest.
Yes, Conquest. Everyone's favorite mode. We all love it. Shout out Ben for making these Conquest maps. I told him to hook it up to some maps, and he just tried to give away the farm over here with his snake, cow, and his
that cow is amazing.
That's a cow?
That is a cow.
Chat, what do we see here? What kind of animals? Luis, what do you see in the chat?
What is it, chat?
Oh, that's a cow?
Yeah, we
middle's
got
a cow.
Conquest, and as you can see right off the jump, we're hitting you with not only 6 maps, but if you scroll down, there's 2 more right there.
Ooh.
We have the 3 Team Affinity maps that Lane may have alluded to earlier with TA program. And just like, we've been listening to the community, we know how it feels that, sometimes you're finishing up a big map, and then you're near the end and you lose out on that progress or hidden rewards because we're rolling over on programs. Well, just like Lane mentioned earlier, TA ain't leaving, so TA Conquest ain't leaving.
Hey.
Always going to be there.
And then, Dylan, Conquest, for the new people playing this mode, is there a way to kind of introduce them, provide some tutorials into Conquest before we get into these more beefy Team Affinity World Baseball Classic maps?
Of course. Right there you can see off the top, Batter Up 1, Batter Up 2, and Batter Up 3. Play through these 3 Conquest maps. They'll be super fast, but it'll get you right onto what you need to know, get you all the basics, and you'll start playing Conquest maps in no time.
And then, of course, Dylan, even though we're getting progress in Team Affinity, that is not the only reason we play Conquest. I'm sure there's a lot of hidden rewards maybe in them.
Tons of hidden rewards. And if you look down at the bottom, the tried and true nation of baseball, that's there for you. It's always been there for you. And it's probably going to be there halfway through the season because you left it for some whatever reason. But
What's new, though? What's new with it, Dylan?
But there's a lot of new things, every time you beat the U.S. map, there's going to be one good diamond for you, for your team. But this time when you beat this map, you're not going to get not 1, not 2, but 9 diamond player rewards. And remember, these are all core, so they'll always be available to use.
I'm glad you mentioned core, Dylan. I'm seeing some questions in the chat. With these maps, with sets and seasons, do I need to use core? Do I need to use set 1? Maybe a mixture of both? how does sets and seasons play into Conquest?
Glad you asked. It's definitely going to be a little bit of both. Some of these maps will require in-season squads, while other time-limited maps may not.
That sounds fantastic. I know the Nation of Baseball map. How many of us have completed the Nation of Baseball map?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
It's
yeah.
a monster, but
Must.
the rewards are incredible.
Everyone raise your hand.
Of course, I've completed it.
Of course, Lane's favorite mode,